Thought that you should know I've been going solo. Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Hear me now, I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out whenever you see me. Don't be wasting my time. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Hear me now. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat? Hello. What's new, pussycats? How the hell are ya? Hey, how are ya? I can't hear you. There we go.
Just making it. Just
There you go. Hey. Did you by any chance bring a monkey with you?
I didn't. I have a couple dogs back here. Like there's a couple of them.
Yeah.
Several.
I've got dogs. I've got cats. I do not, however, have a monkey.
I don't either. I don't want one.
I don't know why anyone would want a fucking monkey in their house.
I mean, it's like I kind of want to like hold it. Like I feel like I would hold it for a minute.
When it's itty bitty.
Yeah.
This morning, while I was putting on my war paint, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to. I'll listen to Makeup Mobster. She was live, or she had just been live. Was she live? No, I don't think she was. Replay. I think my husband's leaving. Anyway, because like Laura, she just makes me laugh. She doesn't piss me off like the usual suspects that I don't listen to anymore. So imagine my surprise when I just kind of like picked a spot and because in the beginning I was like, get to the good part. So I moved my finger and I just stop at a random spot. And what do I see? I see a little itty bitty monkey in a fucking baby pool trying to nurse on Betsy Wetsy's toy bottle. What the fuck?
That is just. Oh, can you get a sit? Lindsay Lee wants me to say, sit down.
Sit the fuck down.
I'll wait.
I mean, like, I don't even know what to say. how desperate must one be for any number of things?
You can't. She has this
No,
thing
I'm
in her
talking
head.
about fucking Justin and the monkey.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Laura being desperate. Well, I can
I'm
only
sure she
handle.
is too. I'm sure she is too. We're going to talk about one of her boyfriends in a minute, but
I can only handle one
I'm like,
desperate person at a time. One
a
desperate person.
monkey. A monkey. My understanding is he has small kids. So he doesn't have enough to do. He needs a fucking monkey. What?
Listen,
there's no part of me that understands any part of that.
You don't have the. He showed one time he was live and he was in his like gym that's separate from his house. They have like I think it's separate. It seemed like
a shed. Is it a
the,
shed with some?
No,
dumbbells?
it was huge. It was huge and gorgeous. It was the nicest home gym I have ever seen in my entire life, and
doesn't exactly look like a fitness fanatic to me. But,
right. So that's what I'm saying. Clearly, the gym is not being used. So maybe we can turn that into like a monkey oasis.
A jungle gym, perhaps?
Yes. We can have like real trees in it or something. I don't know. I don't even know anything about monkeys. So
I don't either. I just know that they don't belong in my guest room in a fucking baby pool.
No.
That I do know. Yeah. I have no desire. I also know that when they get bigger, I don't know what kind of primate he has, but I do know that when they get bigger, chimpanzees can chew your face off in short order.
His is a spider monkey, so it's gonna be.
Okay, so that probably won't happen.
Pretty big. I think spider monkeys have like really, really long arms. So this thing's gonna be walking around his house like just.
I'm just like that. I'm so weirded out by that. I just am like
bizarre.
Do monkeys have to get shots?
I think so. I mean, I would assume. But what do you do with your dogs?
Why?
He has
what
dogs.
What kind of shots do they get? Because they're not supposed to be house pets. So what? Like I don't know.
Parvo or something. I don't freaking know. I have no idea.
Parvo.
I don't know.
I don't know either. No. I don't know anything. But yeah, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to be safe. I'm in my safe place. I'm in my happy place, putting on my makeup. This will be safe. I'm just going to, and Laura's a fucking one-trick pony. So it'll be her whining about the same shit over and over. Imagine my surprise when I got a monkey in a baby pool.
She's begging for, I don't know if you saw that part, but Laura's begging for her people to give her $3,000 or something of that nature for a new MacBook or iMac. She wants a Mac product because she thinks
what the fuck is wrong with these people.
She thinks it's going to help with her editing skills. Laura.
Oh, editing what?
I don't know. Her avatar, I guess. I don't know.
Wow. Well, I have some things I would like too.
Listen, if somebody's giving me $3,000, I'm not buying a fucking MacBook. Okay?
No, me either. No, me either.
That's not what
I'm with you. I'm definitely not. Hello to everybody in the chat. How the hell are you? Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. And since JP doesn't have unlimited time like I do.
Well, now I'm dealing with an incompetent realtor right now.
Oh, so God. Oh, no. So we're not off to a good start. Is that what you're saying?
No, we're off to an actually terrible start. It's the opposite of good.
Are they still the realtor?
For now, for a minute, until she pisses me off again, probably.
Oh, I don't envy you. That's not an enviable task. But so we decided, since JP's in the weeds with her life, I'm, while I really don't have that much to do, I also find myself in the weeds. sometimes I swear to God, I look around and go, how am I so behind when I really don't.
I know.
I'm very lucky that a lot of things I need to do are, I will just say discretionary.
Some of mine are, but then my squirrel brain gets, you know what I mean, gets going, and
That's what happens to me. Yes.
I started painting the mudroom. The mudroom needed to be painted, so I painted the mudroom. Well, I was just going to do touch-up paint. Well, the paint that they gave me didn't match my walls, so I start doing touch-up, and then I look, and I'm like, well, that's a completely different fucking color. So I'm like, what do I do now? So I'm just sitting there. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll just paint the entire room. So then
I can relate. I've painted a whole house because I bought a $30 pillow. I get it. It's one thing leads to another. But as such, I had the brilliant idea yesterday. I texted JP and I was like, hey, how about if we play a game called Hot or Not with our favorite serial killers?
I love it.
And yes, she jumped at that. Yes, I love it. Sounds great. So I have gotten together. We have about 18 dudes and I think 16 women. So now let me tell you how I pulled these pictures. And some of them you're going to need to think, okay, here's what I tried to do. I tried to get each killer in their best light. I tried to pick the most complimentary photo I could find. I'm trying to do them a solid. I'm not trying to pick. In some cases, their mugshots are the best photo I could find, but in others, no. So with some of these, I want you to look at them, and some of them we're going to have to think a little more like down the road. Like, do they have the bones? Like, is the structure there? Do you see potential to work with?
Just go into it with an open mind, like keep your eyes and your mind open.
Yeah.
This is basically like a PG version of like Fuck, Marry, Kill, which, by the way, is my favorite game to play with YouTube creators. I could play that game forever.
Fuck Hot or Not. We should do that. Oh boy. No, we'll do that next time. I didn't even think of that. Except for me, it would be very easy. Everyone goes in the kill category. Well, we're going to have an overabundance of kill, a zero abundance of marry, and probably a less than zero of fuck. Yeah. Okay. So maybe we shouldn't play that. Although I don't know, it might be fun.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun. But except sometimes people are like, neither, and I pass. And I'm like, that's not an option. I was going to say,
I didn't know you could pass.
You can't. Some people try really hard. They're like, okay, I'm not doing that. And I'm like, okay, well,
if you're going to do it right. Commit.
Right. If you're not going to just say so, because this is fun for me.
You definitely keep that one in mind for next when we meet. I think that I think that could be a lot of fun. Okay. So everybody, please remember, this is for fun, for entertainment purposes only. We're not advocating serial killers. And everyone that is going to be pictured has been convicted of something. Okay. I got in trouble one time when I did this with just random mugshots of people. And somebody reached out to me and I was like, yeah, you know what? I never thought of it that way. So, okay, I took that one down. These people are all notorious. Some, and I really tried to find some that you're going to go, who the fuck is that? Like I did. I mean, full disclosure, Ted Bundy is not in this list. Okay. We all know that Ted Bundy well, most people think he was good looking. So I didn't put Ted Bundy in here.
We should give Laura a chance. Laura, if these people are still alive and incarcerated, get out your notebook and your pen, because I know that you need another pen pal, because Wade Wilson probably told you to kick rocks. So
she did not tell me. Did she write to him?
In my head, she did. I don't really know.
He may or may not be in this photo montage. In
my story, she did. So
in my wall of shame. Okay, so you tell me. Do you want to start with girls or boys? And we could alternate 1-to-1. You tell me.
Let's go back and forth, like male, female, male, female.
Okay. You know what? Because this bitch was in the news yesterday. We're going to do her first.
I already know.
All right. And not only does this bitch, Susan Smith, not only does she have the distinction of being is more than one. Well, she committed infanticide, and she has the distinction of being the one of one who prison has actually vastly improved her appearance.
Yeah, it has.
I mean, even my husband said, holy shit. I've never seen anybody who looks better after being in prison for 30 years. I was like, no shit. I mean,
she doesn't have the sun, you know what I mean? She's not really exposed to the sun like that. So she's not getting the damage from the sun and stuff like that when you think about it.
True, but look at her young self. All right, let's see. I think she's is she my age? She was very young. She was convicted in 94. And I think she's close to my age. So she would have either been between 22 and 24, I believe. I mean, I'm shocked. Okay, I get it. She's not out getting UV damage. But how did her hair get so much better? I don't see a strand of gray in that hair.
She had to have had a perm. That's a perm in the 90s.
Yeah,
Ogilvy, perm, for sure.
Ogilvy home perm, no doubt.
So she had the perm. So the perm is gone now, and that's probably her natural hair.
But her face, I mean, apparently gravity doesn't seem to be too much of a problem for her. She's not.
She's constantly laying down. What the fuck else is she going to be doing?
I guess.
24/7.
Well, you know what she's not doing? I'll tell you what she's not doing. What she's not doing is perfecting her fake crying game, because it was just as bad 30 years later before the parole board as it was all those years ago when she blamed a random black man.
It was bad. It was
really horrible. Bad. And the father, David, he honestly, he still very much looks like himself. The mustache had looked new, but I mean, something just doesn't seem right about the fact that he is clearly, he aged a lot. I mean, just the stress of having to carry that alone. But here, this bitch is running around like she literally has a fucking prison glamour shot. I'm not happy about it, but I have to say, she looks shockingly good.
Yeah, she does. I will agree with that. She definitely went from not to, I guess, like semi-hot.
I mean, yeah, it's unbelievable to me that, well, I won't give her any ideas, but
she still has no lips, though. She has no lips whatsoever.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of the straight across eyebrow. But like,
they're very short.
She's got makeup on, or it certainly looks like she does. It looks like she's got eyeliner on.
Yeah,
I don't think that should be a thing. Not when you're in that part of the prison. No,
I don't think. Maybe. I mean, I've watched like some prison videos and stuff like that, or people that used to be in prison, and they said that you can make makeup out of like the craziest thing. Like they take coffee and they grind it up really fine, and then they mix a little bit of Vaseline, Kool-Aid for lip gloss or whatever.
Yep. What do you do if you're like fucking Betty and you couldn't even perfect the real thing? How, like, what do they do?
Betty doesn't even wear chapstick in the real free world. So
I was gonna say, what the hell would she do?
We're giving her a lot of credit that she's gonna put chapstick on when she's actually in jail.
Oh, okay. All right. Now let's see. Let's find a dude. I'm not sharing. Okay. Just making sure I'm not opening up my whole damn inbox. Not that there's anything exciting in there. All right. Let's see. I'm going to pick one that you probably don't know. Let's see here. Why am I not? Oh, there. Let's see. How about this dude? I had never seen this guy before. And I don't know how to pronounce his name. What is it? Oh, I didn't. All right. Freddy Geas, who cares? What do you think of Freddy?
He has a really nice jawline. He's really strong.
Yeah, I gotta say. I mean, and we can say listen, there's only one in here that is fucking smoking hot. Okay. There's only one. All the rest would be lukewarm or semi-hot. There is one that is undoubtedly, and I challenge anyone to tell me different.
Yeah, Freddy looks like a punk, but he has really good bone structure. And I don't know.
Do you think what do you think Freddy did or is accused of? Oh shit, hold on a minute. Why can you see? All right, wait a minute. I don't understand why you could see my whole, like you could see all the thumbnails behind there.
It was kind of like faded and blurry though.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
It wasn't like in his pictures over it, so you really can't.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. So yes, Freddy. What do you think, Freddy? I swear to you, I'd never heard of this dude before.
Stalking and harassing.
Oh no, he went straight to the top of the pyramid. Freddy was he's a convicted mafia hitman, and he orchestrated. I listen, I didn't have time to do a real deep read on any of these people, but right. He orchestrated, possibly did it himself, the murder of Whitey Bulger in prison.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. So that's our man Freddy here. I'm gonna say I think Freddy is at least semi-hot.
Yeah, I think he'd be like a drunk 8, like probably like a sober 6.
That's like when my husband will go, what did my husband say the other day? He saw somebody. The hell were we watching? He's like, yeah, she's nothing like taking a solid 4 and putting enough shellac on her to turn her into a 2. I can't remember who it was, but it was pretty damn funny. Okay, so we're going to get rid of Freddy. Okay, Freddy. Bye-bye, Freddy. All right. Now back to the girl. Let me find a woman. All right. Back to my inbox. Oh, I know who. I have one in mind. You know, since we were just talking, I just made a reference to Betty. I picked this one just because she reminded me of Betty. Where the hell is she? Oh, here she is. This is Gwendolyn Graham. Now you tell me she doesn't. She has better hair than Betty, obviously, but I mean, tell me that she doesn't remind you of Betty. She's got a puss on like Betty's always got on. I'm sure she also bitched about everything in her life.
She's giving me Timu Daisy Duke vibes. Like with the hair.
Oh, the hair. The hair is fucking tragic. Let me see. Okay, Gwendolyn Graham. Gwendolyn's claim to fame is that she killed 5 elderly women in the Alpine Manor nursing home in Michigan, along with, she had an accomplice, some other equally very unfortunate looking woman. They were nurses' aides. Definitely not hot in no one's. I don't think in anyone's estimation is Gwendolyn Graham hot.
No, she's got no. I would say no.
Survey says, thank Gwen. We'd like to thank you for playing our game today.
It's a no for me.
There is no. Sorry, Gwen. There's no fabulous prize waiting for you backstage. All right.
Life in prison.
Let's see. Yeah, if I'd had more time, I would have dug into what they actually did.
Right.
You know, more of the details. Okay, let's see if we know who this is. One of the founders of Murder Inc. Bugsy Siegel.
God, yeah. I love him. I think he reminds me, he actually kind of resembles my mom's father. So I've always thought he was so handsome. So I think that he's super handsome.
I agree. And I think he's even pulling off that very large scale, I guess you'd call that like a houndstooth.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's way back in the day. Yes. Bugsy Siegel, claim to fame, one of the founding members of Murder Inc. And Bugsy Siegel basically developed Las Vegas. And I agree. I think he's pretty hot. And when I was doing this, I thought to myself, you know what? We could do, this could have like spin-offs, like all mafia, all, you know, all things. Don't worry. I might have a few more. I might have another 1 or 2 mobsters in here for you.
I love all things mafioso. Everybody knows that. I mean, for obvious reasons, but.
Well, but what is the obvious reason? Is the obvious reason because here's my question. Now, with a couple of them, I think it's like our man John Gotti here.
Teflon Don.
The Teflon Don, the shellacked Eddie Munster widow's peak hairdo notwithstanding, because back then that was, but he does have a handsome face.
He does.
Here's my question. Do we think these dudes are handsome because of the money, the power, the bad boy, or are they? I mean, I think Gotti and Bugsy Siegel, they were legit handsome, whether you knew what they did or not. But,
But this was like the quintessential Italian dad hairdo. Like my dad had I could pull up a picture of my dad right now. And in the 90s, that's the exact same hair my dad had, except his was this color. It wasn't, he never went gray. He still isn't gray.
Wow.
But that was
you know what? My husband's hardly gray.
Yeah.
I only marry Italians. I'm only ever Italian by marriage. And that is the truth. Yeah, I remember watching John Gotti going in and out of all the federal courthouses in New York. And hey, people loved him.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, he did a lot of horrible things. He was not a good guy. However, at least he tried to, give back to his neighborhood loved him.
Oh, of
He
course.
did things for the community. I mean,
he was a philanthropist. I don't understand what people don't get about it. Like,
let's see. Who do we want to do?
I will always sing his praises.
Okay, with the women, it was a little bit harder finding women that you wouldn't necessarily know, like this lady. I swear to you, just going like a week without being on here, and I forget how to do everything. Don't ask me how to pronounce her name. Sinedu.
Yeah, I think it's
Tadesse. That. Sinedu here. She was a junior at Harvard, and she stabbed her roommate.
Jeez.
Hold on, I wrote her name down. She also has a name I can't pronounce. Trong somebody ho. She stabbed her 45 times with a hunting knife.
Holy shit.
But then she hung herself. And I didn't have time to, and she is from Ethiopia.
She's pretty. I think she's pretty.
I think she's very pretty.
Got those wide set eyes. She's pretty.
She's very pretty. Isn't Iman from? Is she from Ethiopia or is she?
I don't remember.
David Bowie's wife. You know, she was the model.
Yeah, I know.
She's from some African country that produces a lot of beautiful women. And I think, I don't know if it's Ethiopia or.
I'm going to Google it now.
Yeah. And I believe there wasn't a whole lot of information on this. Even her Wikipedia said possible mental health issue. And I'm like, possible? Hold on one second.
Iman was born in Mogadishu.
Okay. Where and is Mogadishu? Is that the country or is that the city or the province? Hold on one sec. I gotta.
It's a city in, I think it's Somalia. Isn't she Somali? She's Somalian.
My husband's out there looking at me going, Somalia.
Yeah.
Yes, Somalia. Okay, Somalia. And what I say she was? This one, Ethiopia. I think those are kind of in the same geographical region, I think. Listen, I barely know Florida geography. I don't claim to be a geography scholar. But yes, some very beautiful women come from that part of the world. So I'd never heard of this woman. I'd never seen her.
I think she's pretty.
Yes, definitely hot. When I saw her, damn it. When I saw her, I was like, I don't know who she is, but we need her.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back to the boys.
I love when women have the big wide set like doe eyes.
Yes, I've always said I think women with dark hair and dark eyes are some of the most like beautiful women in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't typically look at a blonde and think, oh, I mean, there's plenty of gorgeous blondes, but I just think some of the most beautiful women in the world are dark hair.
I think so too. I love her hair, especially big dark eyes with dark hair.
How about? Oh, here's a good one. I actually watched a movie about this dude not too long ago.
Ooh.
Peter Sutcliffe.
Oh,
also known as the Yorkshire Ripper.
Yeah, he's very attractive. I mean, he's kind of giving Teen Wolf, like a little bit Teen
Wolf.
Getting a little Teen Wolf vibe.
This was his best picture. Okay. There were pictures that were not as good. And I don't know. There's just, okay. Old Peter here, he killed 13, tried to kill 7 more. And they said there may have actually been more victims. He was, he's got some notable, I don't know much about the English serial killers, but he's one of their most notable.
He has nice lips. His lips are really nice.
His eyes aren't bad. I guess I'm like, the goatee, like, why do we have this little piece here? Like, if we took away that and maybe like, if you cut the hair, like I try to look like, get rid of the hair.
Yeah,
fix the goatee. He does have nice eyes. And
like
apparently
his top face and his bottom face don't match though. It's almost like it's like different. It's like pieced together. Like they took somebody else's top of their head and then somebody else's bottom and they mixed them.
I think this was from a book jacket, this picture. Yeah, and there were like, this is the best picture. There's other pictures on the internet of him, but I don't know. This one, I just kept looking, going, but back in the, I believe it was the 60s. Did I write it down?
He's got really thick hair though. You can tell he's got really nice hair.
I think it was in the 60s, and you know, that's what dudes look like back then. So. All right, so that was the Yorkshire Ripper.
Betty envies that hair. That's the kind of hair that Betty wishes she had. That's how much hair she wishes she had. Instead, she's saddled with the 8 strands of falling out tinsel to deal with.
And next up, we have Laura's.
Laura's.
We have Wade Wilson. His number 1 commissary account contributor is probably Perplexicuted True Crime.
Blurplexed.
Well, Wade. Oh, Wade. God almighty.
See, doesn't do it for me. Doesn't do it for me, man. There was such an uproar of how hot he was and everything else. He doesn't do it for me.
No, the only thing I think of when I look at him is Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. That thing with the, is that what that's supposed to be? Or is that the, snitches get stitches?
I think it's the Joker. I think it's an ode to the Joker, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right across. Can you imagine if this was your son?
Oh my God, no.
Let me tell you something. The first face tattoo, I would have either carved it out when he was sleeping with a Swiss Army knife, or taking him involuntarily to the laser removal center. I just cannot imagine, because without all the shit on his face, I think he would be a good looking guy.
Yeah.
But all this shit on the face.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And ladies, this shit about, it's the bad boy thing.
No.
That's not a bad boy. That's a fucking psycho. That is a psychotic. That this is his business card. He's putting it all out there right up front, putting it on Front Street, letting you know who he is and how he rolls. Proceed at your own risk. I mean, no, this is, it's not hot. He's not
a little sociopath. Like he is a sociopath.
Anything that ends in path, he is.
Mm-hmm. Except for empath, because he is not one of those.
No, he's not. Wow. I don't get it. And isn't he?
Doesn't do it.
He's involved with everything, right? Men, women, whoever will buy him a case of ramen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Whoever will fund the honey buns. That's
okay. Okay.
He has
honey buns. I proudly say I have never eaten a honey bun in my life. They just look absolutely foul and disgusting.
I think I did when I was a kid. I think I did go through. I like.
Oh.
No, it wasn't the honey bun. You know what it was? It was the pinwheels, the little pinwheel that they used to have. They were like this big around, and they were just like a pecan type.
Oh no. Color me out.
Maybe
No pecans.
I don't know. They were good though. I remember them being good. I would probably eat one now and die, but I think they were good then.
All right.
Good. Oh, hello.
This is Countess Elizabeth Bathory, also known as the vampire, the Hungarian vampire.
I just watched a documentary about her the other day.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, then how many did it happen to say how many she killed? So her crime was killing women and young girls,
yes,
who were servants, and then she allegedly would bathe in their blood.
Yes, because she thought it would keep her young and youthful.
Yes. So
I watched that, and then I watched the other one on PBS, the Vampire Cemetery one.
Oh yeah. You were oh God, the thing where if they sat up, it would.
Yeah, that one was good too. I really enjoyed that documentary.
You know why I picked her? Because let's see if I wrote down the year that she was rolling around. Wasn't it like the 16?
Yeah,
the 1600s, something like that.
Her
okay, so
it's just so bulbous. She has the most bulbous forehead area.
But for back in that time, most women that were painted were just exceedingly unattractive. I don't know. I didn't think she was so bad. Now that I'm looking at her a little closer.
If somebody painted me and it gave me that kind of head, I'm coming for that. Like that's
back then you just would have killed him. You just would have killed him.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, never mind. You're not getting paid. I'm also killing you.
Right. You're not going to give me that forehead and get away with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't. Oh, the ears, very unfortunate. Look at her. Wow. Oh God, the ear. What was I thinking? The ear is very problematic. Wonder, did Mike Tyson take a bite out of her too?
The biting fetish.
Did you watch that fight the other night? I almost texted you.
Yes.
It was my 1 or 2 nights of the year where I was up until like 4 a.m. Was that so sad? The whole time I was just like, oh dear God, please don't make me have to watch Mike Tyson go down. And
yeah,
I don't think I never thought much of Jake Paul. I couldn't fucking stand him or his brother. I think they're tools. But I have to say, when it ended, I said to my husband, I have a little bit of respect for him that he didn't just destroy him in the second round. But I also said, I also tend to believe this was all totally set up and fake from the beginning.
Oh, it was, I mean, one walked away with 20 million and one walked away with 40 million. You can punch me in the face a couple times for $40 million. I'm sorry.
I told my husband, I said, I'll get in the ring with him for fucking 20 million.
Yep. Same here. I would too. Like, you could punch me a few times. Like, okay.
Yeah, I agree. That was, but yeah, I was like, well, I definitely know somebody else who's watching this. Oh my God, listen, what made the whole thing worth it? The 2 chicks that fought before Tyson and Paul. And that girl got so robbed. Oh my God. She got so robbed. And I have never seen, I'm not kidding you. I was afraid that her eyeball was going to fall right out of her face.
My kid, my oldest, was watching it. Him and I were out there watching it together. And he has a huge problem with like blood or any kind of like trauma, even if it's on TV. So it happened, and all of a sudden I see him like go like this with his shirt, and I looked over and I was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm gonna vomit."
I was like, I was towards the end. I was like this.
I was like, "Don't look, just stop." Don't look.
I gotta say that was one of the best fights I think that I've ever seen. Man,
Lisa, I don't want to interrupt you, but Stitching asked, "Did you check your PO box?"
Oh, I just looked at my email and they sent me a notification. So I'm gonna go. Let's see, what's today? Thursday.
Yes.
I'm gonna get it in the next. I'm gonna try and get it before the weekend. But yes, I do know it's there, and thank you. I can't wait to go get it. The box is not like right around the corner from my house. It's like 30 minutes away. So, but they have it, and I'm gonna get it as soon as I can. Tell me I didn't just okay, sorry. I thought I just lost my keyboard. So yeah, that fight, the two girls, that made it. Even the dudes, I tell you what, all the fights were pretty good. The first one, that was kind of a bullshit throwaway.
They were so little, those dudes. Like when I was looking at their like height and weight, and then I'm like looking at my, my kid who's 14, I'm like, you are significantly larger than these grown men.
Oh yeah, they were little. That would be my category.
Like,
were they featherweights or?
Yeah, and then I was like thinking about it. I'm like, maybe my kid is like abnormally large, and I like started thinking about it.
Tiny. They were tiny.
They're just really little.
All right. All right, boy. All right, I'm going to stop torturing myself since every time I go to I go to pick one, he's staring right at me.
Yep, you got to just select them.
To what will be unequivocally our winner of the event, Jeremy Meeks, also known as the Hot Felon.
Yeah, he went viral. Didn't he get in some kind of trouble? Like I
told my husband, if he rings the doorbell and asks me to go run away with him, I'm just saying.
He's got the nicest eyes.
Yeah. Yes. I forget what he went to jail for. And of course it was in LA. And it worked out great for him. He got a modeling contract out of it. Well, his girlfriend, I don't know if it's still his girlfriend, but she, I think they had a child together. She is the heir to the Top Shop fortune. So yeah, I don't think his life is sucking.
I think he got into some kind of problem though that was like very publicized with like a married woman, and it was like a big thing.
Oh. Yeah. When he got arrested, I think it was for some kind of theft or something, or dealing in stolen property. I don't know. I think he had gang ties at one time.
I think it was a petty crime though. It wasn't. I think it was pretty.
Yeah, it was nothing major.
Well, I should say a petty crime in relation to what we usually talk about.
Yeah. He's one of I think he's one of the only ones on here who's not a killer.
My dog is just licking the feet. The feet licking is driving me insane. I just keep looking back here and just side-eyeing.
I literally have to wash my sheets every single day because he just nonstop. It's disgusting. We've tried everything. I don't know how you get it to stop. But I feel your pain. Okay.
It drives me nuts.
This is Sally McNeil. Sally this is the real life Sally from was it Netflix? It was, I think it was a Netflix. Was it a series or? Now, wait a minute. I think I saw this. All right. There was a Netflix, I believe it was Netflix, did a docudrama about this lady. And then there was a movie that's like loosely based on this woman's life called, the hell is that movie called? It was one of the most violent things I had ever seen. And there was somebody I really loved that was in it. It was either William Dafoe, who always plays, he always plays a great freaky weirdo.
I don't know who this is. I don't know who she is.
Okay, so she was a bodybuilder, and she gets married to the dude that she's in the picture with. He's a contender for Mr. Olympia. And he's very abusive, and she kills him. She's out of jail now. I forget how long she did.
I think I would just have to say not, just because, like, no shade if anybody's a female bodybuilder, but that's just like not my, like, doesn't scream femininity or attractiveness to me at all. So
no, and she was using, by her own account, lots of steroids. Obviously,
well, yeah, I mean, no woman is
not getting that big without.
No one is ever going to have traps like that. You're never going to build up like you just don't. You're biologically not capable of doing that.
Yeah, no. Although I will say she looks better in the picture with the husband than she does in the one on her own.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the name of the movie. And it's either Willem Dafoe or Eric Roberts. You know how they both just always play whenever Hollywood needs somebody to just do a fantastic job playing a straight up fucking weirdo. They call them. The hell was that movie called?
You could tell he's roided out too. You know what I mean?
Oh.
He's roided out, and
yes,
obviously now we know the effects of steroids.
Yeah, I just can't. Oh God, I cannot imagine. Nope.
Yeah, no.
All right, we're gonna get rid of that one. It's winter in Florida today.
It's winter here today too.
It's actually really beautiful here. I think the high today is supposed to be 60, 64, 65. Sun shining. It's really nice. Now, I don't really know much about this dude, except that I've always heard his name, H.H. Holmes.
Oh, okay.
Now, take away the I personally am not a mustache person. I don't mind a full beard, and I don't mind a goatee, but just a mustache, no. So, like, take that away.
He looks like somebody else, like the way that, like, his eyes and
he has
eyebrows.
great eyes. Oh my God, eyes. Let's see if I wrote anything down.
He looks like somebody. Might be somebody like I know in real. I mean, he might look like somebody I know in like real life, because I can't think of it off the top of my head.
He's got great eyes.
Yeah, he does.
He was a con man and a killer. And he was active 1891 to 94. I think he was executed. This is one of the few pictures that was in color. And some of the black and whites were really, they're taking a copy of an original shitty black and white picture. So it's really hard to tell. But I think he's, even with the mustache, I mean, I think he's got good bones.
Yeah, he does. The derby hat. I love the derby hat.
Semi-hot.
Where's B Tim? B Tim, look at this guy's hat. B Tim is a hat.
Oh, that's like a derby hat.
Yeah, it's a derby. B Tim is a hat hater. He is a hat hater.
God, I love hats. Although on dudes, I mean,
well,
you don't see him on dudes.
Tim likes certain hats. Like he appreciates certain hats. Like no baseball hats, no snapbacks.
How about a fedora?
I feel like he's probably a fedora. I feel like he's probably a fedora guy. Yeah.
Hey, B Tim, how you doing? All right.
B Tim, where are you at?
Oh. Now we need a there was another one in here. Oh, this is one I had never seen before.
What do we got?
Ruth Ellis.
Oh, she's beautiful.
She reminds me of Marilyn Monroe a little bit.
Mm-hmm. She's beautiful.
So Ruth Ellis she has the distinction of being the last woman executed in the UK. And that is that man that she's with. She was hung in Wales. She was a nightclub hostess and she killed her lover, David Blakely, who was a race car driver. And apparently, where she worked in this club, she was able to live. There was like apartments above the club. And I guess she had a lot of boyfriends and several pregnancies. I don't think she had any children. I think they all ended in miscarriage or abortion. And I don't know what there was some kind of, there was a lot of jealousy with this guy and some other guys she was seeing. And I think after a night of debauchery, I think he tried to break into her house or something. I don't know, but she ended up shooting him. And
she's gonna break into somebody's house. I mean, what do you expect to happen?
Well, I think it was more like, hey, come down here, from out in the street kind of thing.
Okay.
That's not that kind of. I don't think it really was a break-in. That's my fault. But yeah, I was like, wow, she is. I always look at it like this. Somebody from back in that period of time that looks pretty despite the fact that they had so little to work with. I mean, honestly, nowadays you can take almost anybody and make them look semi-decent, kind of like the woman I'm going to show you next. But back in the day, especially in this period of time, they didn't have all the shit we have now. I mean, they had a couple colors of lipstick, I would imagine, powder. Yeah. Hell, I don't think they even had. I wonder if they had hair dryers. Well, they probably had the big kind that you sit under, but they didn't have a Dyson. I know that.
No Dysons, no air wraps, none of that. I watched this one. There was this one girl that does videos. I can't remember if it was on YouTube or TikTok. I watched them. My algorithm, it's a mess. But she actually does her hair. Like, she doesn't do any heat styling on her hair, just once a week, just like they used to back in the day. And she actually does the curlers and she wraps her head at night.
I know what you're talking about. And doesn't she live entirely like she's in the 50s? Or is that a different one?
No, that's a different one. I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the girl on TikTok, the blonde one. Yeah, this girl's got dark hair. Her hair is so healthy and so beautiful. And I'm like, okay, that can never be me. My hair's never going to be that healthy because of all the shit I do to it.
I got to say, I don't do much to mine. I'll run like a flat iron through it, but I don't put hardly any product, nothing. And now nowadays common thought is the less you do, the better.
Well, mine's just, I have a lot of it. You know what I mean? I have a mess of hair that I have to, if I don't blow dry it, that shit will stay wet for 2 days. I have to do something to it.
I tried not to get too many of the ones that you always see,
Right.
Except, of course, this one, because I don't know. I go back and forth with him. Although Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
Richard Ramirez is my favorite killer.
Oh, okay.
Richard Ramirez is hands down my absolute favorite killer. I love Richard Ramirez. I don't love him, but I love. He's got
great bone structure. I mean,
yes.
Crazy ass cheekbones.
Yeah.
Very chiseled jawline.
He
and
kind of
most of his pictures, he looks pretty good in.
Yeah, he does. He resembles that Jeremy Meeks. Like if you just like take off the hair and look at the bone structure and the face and the way that
the eyes.
Yeah.
A lot of the eyes too. Yeah. I tried to get a picture of him that was kind of like middle of the road. I didn't want to use, where he was frothing at the mouth in court.
Well, yeah.
The one where he had the pentagram in the middle, or was that Manson? Or didn't they both do that? Put some kind of weird ass like
there was or something. Yes, but his was for a different reason. But
what nationality is he? Do we know? Is he part Asian?
I don't think he's part Asian. I think he's Latino.
Because I don't know. Ramirez would definitely be Latin, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. His eyes are like very almond. I wouldn't be surprised if his mother maybe, or somewhere in his genealogy.
His chin, that squared off chin is just beautiful.
His cheekbones are fabulous.
Mm-hmm. I know. Look at it. It looks like he has like the best contour ever on his.
Yeah. And it's he's in court.
Yeah. It's just a cut, just that normal, natural cut.
Yep. And nobody is ever going to accuse Charles Manson of ever having one fucking flattering photo in his life at any time or occasion. And he's 4'5".
He's super
I
short.
swear I'm taller than him.
Yeah, he's little.
Okay, here's an example of what we were just talking about. Okay, let's. I don't know why I didn't know how to put the two pictures together in the way that I was.
Like a side by side.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
This is the improved this is the Swan version. Okay. So look at this. And then I'm going to take this down and I'm going to show you a picture from court. I think she was probably on the witness stand. So let's look at this one. Soak it all in. And then we will look at the other Gypsy.
Oh, Gypsy.
Now, she is pregnant in the God Help Us All. She is pregnant in that first one, but I mean, I'm sorry. She looks like a garden gnome.
She does.
When I was a kid, my mom had these gnomes that would come out only, they were Christmas gnomes, and they were ceramic, and one was red and green, and I think we even had a blue one, and they had these weird, like, its hat was like pantyhose almost.
Oh.
And it coordinated with its painted on suit. And when I look at her, I just get garden gnome. I get my mother's Christmas indoor garden gnome.
Yeah, she looks like what's the Lord of the Rings, the guy, not the.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings, but I know who you're talking about.
Not Smeagol or whatever. The other one. Is it Bilbo? Bilbo Baggins?
I don't know. I've never seen it, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
I haven't seen it in a very long time. I think I watched it initially when it first came out. That was a long time ago.
Okay, now let's go back to This one. Now, notwithstanding the fact that her, obviously her face is a little puffy because she's pregnant. But it's a no for me. No. Even with enough plastic surgery to probably buy a decent car. No, she's got those beady eyes that you can't do anything about those.
What did she have done?
A lot.
She had a nose job, clearly. I can tell that.
Oh, yes.
Maybe
filler. She had lips. I think she had chin. The teeth were all done. And I mean, I get it. I go back and forth with her.
I do too. I feel the same way.
It depends on like what you watch. But at first, in fact, I'm pretty sure that there is a live stream out here somewhere, and it wasn't even on my channel, where I said to someone else, we were talking about her, she was getting ready to get out. And I remember saying, as far as I'm concerned, she could move in next door to me. I wouldn't be worried about her. And I don't know that I would have given her any jail time.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think she's definitely like manipulative in like relationships and stuff like that. But to pose any kind of threat to just a random stranger, no. I wouldn't be worried about her either.
No, at all. Not at all. And I still believe that. I still maintain that. But I don't know. I think the disparity between what she got and what Godejean got.
Right.
I mean, if not for her, he's never sitting where he is, not for that crime. So I don't know that I'm as
I think that he definitely needs to be institutionalized, but maybe in like a place where he can actually get some mental health treatment, because I mean the guy thought he was a fucking vampire, for Christ's sake. Like,
well, yeah, and he had legit, I mean, he had documented low IQ. The power of the pussy. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's a real thing. And she did it to him. She laid it on him in the movie theater bathroom in her fucking flammable Cinderella costume. Oh my God. I mean, I guess it just goes to show you that nothing will stop young love and a blowjob. Not Munchausen's, not Munchausen's by proxy.
No. Stockholm syndrome. I mean, we could go on.
It's like, why are we so okay with her being out, and not just out, but getting rewarded? Like, she's getting all this plastic surgery. When she first got out, it was like she was a damn.
Now, what's the workaround here? What is the workaround with the Son of Sam laws and how she's able to do all this? What is this? What is this sorcery that we're dealing with?
Maybe because she herself was the victim of the killers. I don't know. I don't know. I guess because she's got a documented record of being the victim of her victim. I don't know. I don't know how they're doing that. I'm sure that
it's weird.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. Really, it's her story, but Dee Dee didn't have the chance to refute in a court of law her story. Right. But I think maybe it's because by virtue of the fact that here she is and she's looking mighty healthy, that refutes everything Dee Dee said. I don't know. She's one of those that I don't know. It depends on what I watch, truly, as to how I'm feeling about her.
That's how I feel. It's dependent. But yeah, she's a not for me.
Yeah, no.
not.
Even with all the work, she's a not. I agree. Sorry, Gypsy, but thanks for playing. She's like, fuck you.
No consolation.
Oh God.
None. No consolation prize for you, Gypsy.
You know what's funny is several of the males, like everything, has a Florida connection. Like our friend here, Grizzly Adams. Hi, bud.
Oh no.
Glenn Rogers. This is Glenn Rogers. Glenn Rogers, also known as the Casanova Killer. Oh, and the other notable thing about this guy, he actually at one time, and maybe still, claimed that he killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. And he actually was in California at that time, in LA. What he was convicted of was killing a woman named Tina Marie Krebs, I believe her name was, in Tampa, which is not too far from me. And he is, I don't believe he got the death penalty. He's still in prison. He actually doesn't look too bad now, kind of like Susan Smith. I saw a lot of, on the first page of the image search, I saw a lot of what he looks like now. This was further down. And I honestly was like, is that the same Glenn Rogers? I think he's bald now, or he's lost most of his hair, but he doesn't have any facial hair. He looks pretty good.
Got like a very round face, just no structure, just very like a
moon
pie or
anymore. He doesn't have, so he definitely is, this is thinned out. I think he actually, kind of like Susan Smith, I think he actually looks better now than he did here. I think he was I think this was the 80s. Let me see.
I mean, he's got like really nice like Fabio hair, but that's about it.
Yeah, right. He claims to have killed 70 people, 70-ish. I don't think
nothing to substantiate those claims. It's just him saying it.
There must not be, because
he obviously wasn't charged with those.
He was only convicted. He was convicted of Tina Marie Krebs, and I think there might have been one other conviction. Two. He had two convictions, both in Florida.
And clearly he was never convicted of the Nicole.
No. But you know what? I do remember there was a podcast I listened to a few years ago that really dove pretty deep into that. Some people believe that he did, in fact, kill them. I'm not one of them. Oh, here's a good controversial one for any number of reasons. I never, ever thought this bitch was attractive.
Me either. She looks like a fucking meerkat. She just gives me.
Yeah, she's got huge ears. She's got that little upturned snouty nose. I never, ever thought Casey Anthony was even remotely.
Me either.
Like, she's just, to me, she's totally, absolutely average. She's like pablum. She's nobody's gonna look at her and go, "Oh God, she's horrible," and nobody's gonna look at her and go, "Oh boy, she's beautiful." No,
she's like a mouse. She's like very like she looks like a little rat, like a little.
Yeah. She's just very. She's just there.
She's unremarkable.
Yep. There you go. Very. Even that show that she did.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
A couple years ago.
She
looked a little better, but still nothing Still
No.
nothing remarkable.
There's nothing that stood out. There's nothing that stands out about her to me whatsoever. Nothing. Not her eyes, not, you can't even say, that one has absolutely zero fucking redeeming qualities.
Yeah. She's
Personality and appearance. Oh, God.
Mussolini.
You know I love him.
And God knows how many the father of fascism.
I shouldn't say that. That's going to be clipped.
No, I know what you mean, but I gotta say,
him. I mean, I love the bone structure, the facial features, his demeanor. Mussolini is not a good person. That's going to be clipped. That's going to be clipped 11 million.
Definitely not.
JP loves Mussolini.
The father of fascism, but.
Oh my God, that's not it.
I just thought, since fascism is such a buzzword these days, despite the fact that I would say 9 out of 10 people lobbing the fascist bomb couldn't tell you what a fascist is.
Yeah, that's just going to be, that's it. That's my demise right there. I just said that I don't.
I mean, I gotta say, I think he looks great in his uniform. I really do.
He was very handsome. He had that, that je ne sais quoi about him.
Yes, sure. I agree. And I think now, just work with me on this. I get a little bit of Bruce Willis, like at his best.
Oh, I have to block it. Let me see.
Forget the hat. Cover the hat.
Yeah, if I cover the hat, then yeah.
Like Moonlighting Days. Do you remember? Did you ever see that show, Moonlighting? Oh my God.
I don't think so.
Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd. That's what launched Bruce Willis into fame. But yes, I was just like, God, I didn't realize that Mussolini, he was not a bad looking guy.
Yeah, no, not at all. Very strong features. Very strong features.
Yes. Let's see. Oh, I had to do this one. Well, should we use that one? Here's I have 2 pictures of this one. Both of which were in her prime. Betty Broderick. Yeah. Betty. What is it with the name Betty? I mean, got so many people named Betty that are just fucking disturbed.
She's not completely unfortunate.
No, not. I mean, this is at her prime. Okay, this I'm sure is her best glamour shot. I also have a picture of.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she's completely unfortunate.
Here's a picture from her wedding. And she was very young when they got married. I think she was in college. So she looks great there. Look at Dan Broderick looking like a whole ass Harry Potter. Does he not? Tell me he doesn't look like Harry Potter in that picture.
Yeah, he does look like Harry Potter.
And I was going to get a picture of Dan's secretary turned affair turned wife, Linda Cloquina, the one that just drove Betty over the fucking edge, had her driving her Suburban through their front door. But I thought, well, Betty's in prison for the rest of her life, so no need to torture her anymore. Dan was like a brilliant dude. He was a lawyer and a doctor. He was I think he was a medical doctor first, or was he a lawyer first? I think he was a lawyer first, and then he became a medical doctor because it was going to help him with his practice, which was malpractice cases. And Betty put him through college, and the thanks she got for it was him leaving her for the secretary. I guess Betty had the last. Betty got the last word. What is it with Betty's and needing to have the last word? All right, this one is. This one's always on all the lists, but I couldn't help it because I saw him the other day, and I looked at him like I'd never really looked at him before, and I sat back and went, well, damn, you know, he's not really a bad looking dude. Old Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, I don't know.
This, you know,
no, you know what I mean? I just know what he did.
Yeah.
So maybe I can't look, like maybe I'm not looking at that objectively because I know that.
It's hard to look at it objectively. I actually, what I was watching was a documentary about the guy who killed him in prison. And and they showed several shots of old Jeffy here in court, both video and stills. And there was a couple of them like in profile where he really was not a bad looking dude. This wasn't the greatest picture. I couldn't really find.
He's got the same neck thing that I have. What are those called? There's a word where they're very prominent.
The veins?
It's not it's a
tendons?
It's a tendon, yeah, and that's what it is. And like when I turn my, like you can see, like mine are really prominent too. And it's there's a word. I'd have to look it up again.
Yeah, I don't. Now you got me thinking about it because I kind of feel like I know what it is. Why do I want to say something like striations?
There's something like that, but yeah, that's what they are. I don't know. Maybe it's Zen. Maybe it's a mark of a killer.
Hey, Zen.
No.
God, let's hope not.
I don't think so. I think that would require entirely too much energy.
Oh boy. This one for me is like Casey Anthony.
Oh shoot.
Diane Downs.
I've never seen her before.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. Diane Downs, you know the story. Diane Downs she lived in Oregon. She had her 3 kids in the car. Farrah Fawcett played her in Small Sacrifices. Okay, so she shot all 3 of her kids in the back seat. She killed one. She grievously wounded the other one. And like that one, I believe, is in a wheelchair forever. And I think the other one was not quite as wounded. And her daughter that survived was actually adopted by the prosecutor and his wife. But Diane, you know, they always talk about how beautiful Diane Downs was. And, you know, and Diane she was a hoe. She was fucking everybody. That was her priority, was men.
Yeah, she's unremarkable to me as well.
Me too. I actually get like a Downey kind of pardon the pun, but seriously, like there's something about her
that's drab. She's very drab.
She just looks, I don't know, like it. There's something with the eyes. Maybe her eyes to me. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. But
she has huge bags under her eyes. Like she has huge bags under her eyes.
And this is her glamour shot. There weren't that many pictures of her that were in color.
Yeah, she just like the bags under her eyes and everything else. She just looks very drab. And
she was in court for her trial 9 months pregnant. And I think it was the guy that they say was the motive for killing her kids. It's actually it's a great book too. That's one of the like OG true crime books, well, of that era. Small Sacrifices. I don't remember who wrote it. God, was that? Oh, I think Anne Rule might have written that. I know I've read it like 1,000 times when I was in middle school and high school. Oh, wait. We're going to do this guy because I had never seen this guy before. And I was like, damn, who is that?
Do you have Amy Fisher and Joey Buttafuoco on there?
I do. I have Amy. I don't have Joey. This is Paul John Knowles, who I had never heard of.
I have never heard of him either.
I think he's pretty damn good looking. Oh, and his nickname was the Casanova Killer. We had 2 Casanova killers. Oh my God. He killed 18 people between July and November of 1974, between Florida and Georgia. He was busy, wasn't he? He's another one. He's got that like kind of like Ramirez, that very like he's got a squared off, strong jaw, looks like cheekbones. I mean, I saw some other pictures of him. There's not a lot out there. This was one of the best ones. There were a couple that were, straight on rather than sort of in profile, where he didn't look as attractive, but
yeah. He's got like the attractive features, you know what I mean? Like
yes, I definitely think.
Oh, what is in the water in Florida? What are y'all drinking in Florida?
Listen, I say all the time, good luck finding any major crime or killer that does not have a Florida connection.
It's terrible.
All joking aside, I think a lot of the reason for that is that we're very transient and we're warm. And I mean, if you're homeless or you're, just drifting from place to place, we're warm almost year round. There's worse places you could.
It's just all the craziness.
I know. Always a Florida connection. Always.
Like as soon as you hear like a crazy story where you're not even
Florida.
Like, yep, it's happening in Florida. It's got to be Florida.
Oh, here we go. Here's Amy. And I've got Amy then and now. God, I remember living through this. Okay. I never thought she was good looking ever. I thought she was a fucking mess. And now she's into porn. So she was a mess. She is a mess. I guess this is her after a lot of enhancements.
Damn, she's had a lot of surgery.
Oh yeah. I think this was probably adult pre-surgery, and obviously that's her mugshot when she would have been. I guess she would have been what, 18 or 19 at the time.
She was super young.
Yeah, but she could pass for significantly older in the mugshots. I don't know. She just never. I never thought Amy Fisher.
That was a huge thing. That was a huge case.
Yes, it was. And like over Joey Buttafuoco.
Right?
Oh, God. Yeah, he was disgusting. I can't. They're still married, aren't they? I believe they are. Or are they divorced?
What is it?
They're still married. I mean, talk about taking one for that. I can't imagine. God bless her. I don't know why she wanted to get over it, but clearly she did. Oh. Now, this guy I had never seen before, and I don't think I'd ever heard of him either. Charles Schmid, the Pied Piper of Tucson. He killed at least 3 and possibly 4 women. Another, Lothario. What in the hell what is this?
It looks like a port wine.
Is that a fucking skin graft? What?
It looks like it looks like he has a port wine.
I've just never seen one there. God dang, look at his eyes though. He's got great lips. Holy shit. Great eyes. What the hell? Is this a cigarette? It looks like somebody put a damn cigarette out on his face.
He's got very Elvis-like hair.
The eyes are like, I'm blown away by the dude's eyes. Like
He almost
they're
does kind of look like Elvis a little bit.
a little bit, a little bit. Oh my God, my aunt has always been obsessed with Elvis. She loved him. Okay, we did that one. What did I say this guy's name was? Schmid. Yep. Yeah, I've never even heard of him.
No, I've never heard of him.
But he is definitely not hard to look at. Not in that that shot. All right. Now this one was a little before my time. I think I was a kid when this happened, but I of course remembered hearing about it. Oh, Patty Hearst.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was the term Stockholm syndrome not kind of created by her? Well, not her personally, but about her?
I believe so, yeah. Like made more, I don't want to say popular, but made more like a mainstream.
Yes, because she was
kind of
kidnapped.
Awareness of it for sure. Yeah.
She was either I think the great granddaughter or the granddaughter of William Randolph Hearst, publishing magnate, kidnapped by the Symbionese Liberation Army. Patty ended up robbing a bank with the SLA. She said it was because she had Stockholm syndrome. I don't think she did any jail time. I don't remember, but
she has great hair.
And you know what? Honestly, her picture now, she looks a lot like this. She has not changed much. Yeah, I mean, I would have given back then, but now she's 70 years old. I think she's 70 now, and she still looks a lot like this picture. So clearly she was doing something right. God, I can hear the wind whipping outside. What's the temperature where you are?
I don't know what it is outside. I was outside earlier.
Cold or cool?
Yeah, it's cooler. Yeah, and I'm always cold anyway, so
give it a few years.
I don't know if the air's on. It's set on a time, like our air is on a timer and it's on the Wi-Fi and it's on the thing and there's button. I don't touch it. I
know ours is, you can program the whole thing from your phone. One time I thought my husband had me locked out of it. I was like, son of a bitch. Did he put a damn governor on the thermostat? He didn't. I just didn't know how to use the damn thing. I figured it out though.
Our lights are like that too. Not the interior lights, but all of our exterior lighting is like that. It's on timers and Wi-Fi and everything else. So the other day I was out there and the light from the garage was just really bothering me. So I was trying to shut it off.
Do you have halos? That's what we have. And oh my God, those fucking things are bright.
I have no idea what they are. I don't know what they are. There's something. And I'm trying to fucking push the button to shut it off and it won't shut off. And it just it'll shut off for a second, then it would turn right back on. And so finally I was like, I'm done.
They're these little tiny things, but my God, they're like Betty's ring light. I mean, that's
how this was. It was so bright. I was like, why is this light so bright? What are we doing? This is light pollution. Like we're causing light pollution over here.
It's better than wind pollution.
I guess.
If you want to drive all the whales of the world crazy. Joel Rifkin. Joel, I think was he was a New York serial killer. Oh my God. Joel the Ripper killed 17. And you know, if he killed 17 and they had the goods on 17, you know, there's plenty more that Joel, and this is Joel in later life. No. Joel looks like every school janitor I ever had.
Yeah. Looks like, yeah, for sure. No.
Yeah.
No, Joel. No.
No, it's hard to. Oh, look, he's got like a Betty pony right here.
Oh God, he does. He has the same hair. It's like a skullet. It's like the worst thing I've ever seen. I hate
Like
them.
what we used to call when I was in school, in
A rat tail?
yes, a rat tail. Yes. Back in that would have been like in the 80s. It would have been a rat tail. My God. Ouch. I think we only have two more. We only have two more ladies. Here's another one that I don't know. I'm still trying to make up my mind on this one. And I have her as a blonde as well.
Do you know that she's, well, never mind. I was going to say something, but never mind.
I have her as a blonde as well. I can't stand her as a blonde. It's not, no.
Firefly wants to know if we planned on having the same glasses. And I think Joneson came in earlier and said the same thing.
I'm sorry. I haven't been looking at the chat, you guys. I have a big jar full of glasses.
These aren't cheaters. These are my actual
minor cheaters.
These are my actual
up close without them. I don't know. Like, I think this is a flattering picture of her, but I don't know. I know everybody made such a big deal about, oh, she's so beautiful.
I think that she definitely has like a natural beauty about her, but I think once again, it's, because she's such a fucking psycho that I can't look past that.
She's got a little bit of exotic going on, like diet exotic. She's not like the one at Harvard that stabbed her roommate 45 times. She was very exotic looking.
Yeah.
I mean, Jodi's got a little bit of that. I don't know.
She's just such a lunatic.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a big stance on her one way or the other. Let me pull the one up where she's blonde.
Yeah, let me see.
Because I think where she's blonde is definitely a no. No, definitely not.
Well, if you have that skin tone, you know what I mean? Like, I can't pull off blonde either. I can't, you know what I mean?
You know what I don't like about it? You can tell she did it herself and it's orange. Because you can't buy anything in the store that's going to lift her color to this color.
That'd be like me going to buy a box at Walmart or Target and trying to dye my hair blonde. It does not work that way.
It's like Sun In from the 80s. I used to make my mother buy it for me all the time, and I thought I was going to turn into like a platinum blonde.
But are you a natural blonde? Like, or are you a natural blonde, or you have naturally lighter hair, huh?
Of course. No, hell, I don't know. I haven't seen my hair in fucking 100 years. And when it grows in, it's mostly gray. So no. It was light, like, maybe like the color of Travis's, a little bit lighter than that. No. I was never a natural blonde ever.
Well, the blonde suits you and it goes with your complexion. So I just assumed that you were a natural blonde.
That's fake too. So I have turned away from my natural being, and much like Gypsy Rose, I created what I wanted to be.
Oh shit, I love it.
Yeah, but back then, I mean, Sun In, you sprayed the shit in a bottle and it was like hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, I used it on my girlfriend's hair one time when we were like 12, and she had, I had dark hair, she had dark hair. I said no. I was like, no. And she was like, well, just do mine then. And I was like, okay. Well, her hair was literally the color of this number 2 pencil.
So listen, my whole life, this is what I wanted. I wanted to be tan and I wanted to be blonde. So I would get Sun In, and I had a Band de Soleil silver blanket of this. Let's see, this would have been like maybe 80, between 80 and 84. And Band of Soleil made, those things you put in your car, your front windshield?
I know what you're talking about. My mom used to have one that
yes, you would lay on it and it would reflect the sun. Yes. And then one time I read somewhere, I think it was in Cosmopolitan magazine, some magazine. We didn't have the damn internet. It said that if you took instant coffee grounds and put it, was it instant? Not instant. Coffee grounds. Used coffee grounds, like I've already,
in the
water's gone through them. Put them in baby oil and get your Band of Soleil blanket and get out there and bring on the skin cancer. Bring it.
We used to do it. So my mom and my aunt, and I guess I just followed suit because whatever they did, that's what you were supposed to do. And so they would mix iodine in the baby oil. And it would give you that instant orangey bronze color while you baked your skin at the same time. It was fantastic.
Then when I was in high school, I graduated to the tanning bed. And I remember my mother, I would sneak out of the house. I mean, I was driving by then, but I would try and get out of the house without telling her where I was going, because every time I would go, she'd say, those things are, they cause cancer.
So the question, I guess, is, did you have the Playboy Bunny, the dolphin, and the palm tree?
Playboy Bunny all the way. Sometimes a heart, and always like it
down here.
Yes, like almost at the very fringes of the bikini area. Yes, it was my suntan Playboy Bunny tattoo.
Oh, God.
And then they would give you the shit to spray on, and I'll never forget. I would always say, it's working when you start smelling like burning flesh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously we know, my deep appreciation for tanning beds, and how much I thoroughly enjoy it.
I loved them. Not anymore, but I did. I mean, and that's weird, but I haven't been tanning. No,
I haven't been tanning. I haven't done spray tanning or anything. And I'm like, I have to, because at this point now, I feel like I'm sick. I'm like, I feel like I'm ill, because
that's me.
It's this weird, like, I don't have olive skin, and I don't have
Casper skin.
I have in between. So it's this year where you're not tan, where you have that greenish tint to your skin.
Like your veins show.
Yes. I'm like, I look sick. I look ill.
I have skin like Casper. Hi, Bob. What are you doing? I think we got through let me just take a quick peek. Oh, wait, we have one left. One girl left. This is another one I'd never heard of. But after I read what she did, then I was like, oh, yeah, I heard of that. Okay, hold on. Bob's like, look, I don't care about your damn serial killers. Caril Ann Fugate. And this is Caril Ann. What movie is that from? Oh, Poltergeist. Caril Ann, go to the light.
She looks like something out of a Charles Dickens situation.
I think she kind of looks like a female James Dean.
Yeah.
All right, let me tell you what she did. She has the distinction of being the youngest female ever to be tried and convicted of murder at the ripe old age of 13. She is the girlfriend, or was the girlfriend, of Charles Starkweather. I believe he killed all of her family.
I'm more scared of this one.
That must be her guardian. That's her guardian ad litem.
She looks very, very angry and very mean. She looks.
See, I think she looks. Oh, well, when you see her as she's a little, oh my God, her name is Caril. What? Well, my God, no wonder she grew up to be a killer. What the hell?
Vowels are hard.
Let's see what she did here. Lived in Lincoln, Nebraska with her mother and stepfather. Her boyfriend, she, along with her boyfriend, shot and killed stepfather, mother. Oh my God. Clubbed to death 2-year-old half sister Betty Jean. Jesus.
My God, Carol.
Oh, and then they went across the state and had a little bit of a little crime spree. My goodness.
That's awful.
She got life in prison in 1959. It was commuted to 30 to 50 years in 1973, and she was paroled after 18.
Is she still alive? Is she still with us?
Yes. Well, what am I on? Well, her Wikipedia. Wait a minute. I guess she is. It says she's 80. Well, wait a minute. She was born in 43. Says she's 81. I guess she is still alive. Because it doesn't say death. It just says, born, criminal status. Wow. Well, there you go. All righty.
Well, if that's the stepmother. If that's the mother,
I think she killed.
Oh, no, because she killed the mother, so that couldn't be the mother.
I think she did. She definitely killed the father and the stepmother. Oh, hell, I don't know. Oh, shit, there's my... All right. My whole inbox. Not that there's anything too exciting on there. Let me
Are yours filled with Black Friday deals? Because that's what mine's filled with.
Oh, my God. Well, let's see. I got this one the other day.
Yesterday was Botox Day.
Was it really?
Buy 50, get 50. $50.
No, I got that too. And I was like, wait a minute. It came from
Allie or
Allie is who does the points, and that's where you have to go to buy it. But it didn't come it came in my inbox from a name that I don't know. I was like, huh?
Mine was, somebody sent me the link. A friend of mine sent me the link to do it.
Was it really? Shit, yeah. Did I miss it? Damn it.
You just did your Botox 2 weeks ago?
I still have all the gift cards from
the last time.
The Juvederm. Yeah. My girl, it's hilarious. The last time that they did that, she said, I used 4 different phone numbers. And she's like, okay, I'm going to do it this time. But next time, let's do no more than 2, maybe 3. I said, well, one's my husband's, because she's her own, office. She's like, I'm not a giant provider. So if I start doing, you've got 4, and I was like, okay,
that's how mine is.
She did them the first time. So I had
my girl just sent out emails that, so I was supposed to have an appointment. When's my appointment? December 3rd. December 3rd is my appointment. She just sent out emails that she is closing and that she's not taking any appointments after Thanksgiving. So next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's like a death.
Yeah. So I'm trying to, I gotta call her.
You're moving anyway. So.
Right. But I mean, I still wanted to get my December 3rd.
Yeah. 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 No, I know. I got you. Yeah. That's when you've got to just ask somebody, that has somebody they like. Cause that's one of those things I always said, don't be looking for deals where your face is concerned. Who cares?
Zen goes to the plastic surgeon. And I think that might be actually where I end up going, is just where,
my girl came from the plastic surgeon, and she still works for one of them, but he's like an hour and a half away from me.
I still don't have, the last time I got mine was, oh my gosh.
I met her at the plastic surgeon, and then she opened up her own med spa, and she's a nurse practitioner. She is serious about her work. She's gone to Oregon. There's a major like guru injector on Instagram, one that does these workshops in Oregon. And she paid like $10,000 and they worked on cadavers. And
I still can't move mine. I can't move. Like I have like zero.
Don't do the take it from me. Don't do the fucking lip flip.
I never have. No.
I'm telling you, I could not pronounce. I sounded like I had a speech impediment. I would be drinking and the shit would just fall out of my face. Like
no, I never have. I need but I mean, I think this has been.
I mean, I do filler in my lips, but it was like
this has been 8 months, I think, and I still have nothing.
God, don't let her quit. I'm saying shit. It'd be cheaper for me to buy an airline ticket to come to your girl.
There's still nothing. Yeah.
What the hell?
Nothing. There's no movement in it. I think I
have really strong facial expression. It doesn't last.
Oh, see, I don't though.
I don't get 3 months.
Mm-mm. No,
I try and make it last like 3 months.
I have perfected resting bitch face. Like when I say that I don't have facial expressions, I really don't. Even if I wasn't frozen from the Botox, it's just like this all the time. When I look at people, like I don't raise my eyebrows a lot, nothing.
Well, that's how I know it's time. In fact, I usually make, before I leave, I make another appointment for 3 months. I guess because of the holidays coming up, I didn't do it. But yeah, I noticed the other day, I was like, I'm starting to get a little, as soon as I see those things moving, I'm like, when's my appointment?
Nothing. I swear.
Oh, God.
My grandma was the same way. She had a facelift, but she never had forehead wrinkles and she never had the lines in between her eyes. And I swear it was because she constantly had the same static facial expression 24/7. You didn't know if she was happy.
My mom had a partial facelift. She had like from here down. She didn't do anything on the top. But unfortunately, her doctor retired.
No.
Because nobody ever knew. People would just look at her and go, God, you look really good. Like they couldn't say, did you go on a vacation? Because my mom's whole life is a fucking vacation. She's constantly on vacation. But she didn't have that. She just like, if you hadn't seen her in a while, she said that, as she was getting wheeled into the OR, he told her, he was also a friend, but he told her that she was the only patient he ever had that looked at him on the way into the OR and said, don't make me look 20. Meaning, don't give me the wind tunnel. Like she didn't want the wind tunnel. And she didn't need anything here. It was just sag. It wasn't wrinkles. It was sagging. My skin's doing that. That's what happens.
She had her face, hers was like kind of like under her chin, and it was just gravity, she had like the small.
Yeah, hey, if you're alive, it's what happens.
Yeah,
yeah, like my mom's got scars, little tiny scars behind her ears, like her hairdresser knows, and the esthetician, but nobody else would, because they didn't have to peel, they didn't have to take her scalp and pull it down, and then.
My grandma had a tummy tuck, like when she was in her 60s, she decided that she wanted a tummy tuck.
Oh, and back then, man, that was some, oh boy, you had to bite on a stick. That shit hurt.
No, this wasn't even that long ago. She passed fairly young. So, no, this was only, maybe 9-10 years ago. She had a tummy tuck. It was only a couple years before she passed.
So God bless her. Hey, do what makes you feel good.
That's what I said. I was like, because she was like, do you think it's stupid? I'm like, do you?
Exactly.
Do you? Whatever makes sense.
Better living through chemicals and cosmetic surgery. So when do you think what's your goal to relocate?
I don't know. I've done some virtual tours and just nothing is sticking out to me. And it's a whole thing. My family does have a cabin. So if need be, and it's not like a campy cabin. It's, it's a nice like cabin on the lake.
Yeah.
So if I have to, if I don't find anything that jumps out at me, we can stay there until I see something in person, because that could be what it is. Maybe I'm just not able to.
That would be hard. Just,
Mhm.
oh, God. Yeah. You're going to be racking up some frequent flyer miles.
That's what I told my mom. I said, you have all these miles and you were saving them, like, because she uses them when she comes out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you're not going to have to come out here anymore. So just give me your money. She's like, no, I'm not giving them to you. And I'm like, well, that's rude. I'm like, just give them to me.
Well, you're going to be racking your own up if you've got to like
come back. Yeah.
See something you like. And that, I mean, of course you're going to go look at it. You're not, I mean, I don't know. I guess you don't buy a house sight unseen. I've done some really dumb shit. I think I might have to draw the line at that.
I think I would feel comfortable sending my mother, because she is perhaps the most judgmental human being on the face of the earth. So, I mean,
my mom, I wanted to get my mom a pillow. Have you ever seen those really cute, like their needlework?
Yeah.
I can't remember. There's like, well, you know, like Stubbs and Wooten makes loafers that are needlepoint. These are like just little decorative pillows. I'm still not decided that it's out of the question, but every time I see the pillow that says, if you don't have anything nice to say, come sit next to me.
They should go sit next to each other.
I'm like, I need to get that for my mom.
I mean, there's one chip of paint missing, or I mean, even like a blemish, even if nobody else in the entire world sees it, she will see it. And she will say, what are we doing with this? What's this? What are we doing with this?
Listen, I remember when my son was little, and I had my own business, and I would have to be in my store. Well, he never had a babysitter. My mom would watch him a couple days of the week at my house. There were times I would come home and she had rearranged my furniture.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, don't do that. Like, do not do that.
If I have my hair
this looks better over here, and it's
mine's the same way. If I have my hair up like this, and if she knew that I was like in front of people with my hair up, like, she'd be like, what are we doing? What's wrong? What's going on? Do you not feel good today? What's going on? Are you okay? Like,
oh God, it's hard. It's hard having it can be tough having a very opinionated mother.
Cut out for you too, because
I tried to take the best parts of that, and use that with my son. And I have to say, I promised him I'll never be at your house and rearrange your furniture.
I mean, I catch myself doing some things sometimes, and I'm like, okay,
I mean, it's natural.
That was like very like mom of me. But if I survived that shit for the last 40 years, nothing that people say on YouTube will ever hurt my feelings. I promise.
Yeah, right. I know. Honestly, I have not watched anything. And it was the funniest thing ever that I thought Makeup Mobster would be safe. I'm like, oh, it'll just be about Laura. I'll just fucking laugh at her latest bullshit. But she doesn't make me mad. I think she's a fucking tool, but it just makes me laugh. Like, she doesn't inspire. Like I can't with all of it. That's why I stopped, because once it starts making me angry, I have to put it down, and I've put it down, and I'm moving on.
I agree.
But when I saw that monkey, I was like, I cannot believe of all the things that the one thing I did not expect was to see a monkey in a baby pool with
that wasn't on your bingo card. Your bingo card did not have baby monkey.
No, but it doesn't, like, griftmas is upon us, I guess. I got to pull out all the stops to get the people to watch.
Well, this takes the cake. I feel like this is like the ultimate. Nobody's going to top this. Like, Well, I shouldn't say that. Actually, take that back. Take that back. I take that back. Lord, I take that back, please.
It's funny because all this time, my husband is always, he'd look at me and go, I really don't know why anybody gives a fuck what these people are doing. They are nobodies. They are notable for nothing. Why?
True, but for
why the hell does anybody care what the hell these people are doing?
We don't know.
I don't know. That's a good
question.
We don't
know. We don't ask
really
us
don't know.
We can't answer. We can't.
No, I really don't know. The few people that I talk to off of here, they know. Like, don't send it to me because I don't want it. I don't care. I did say the one exception I made was if and when Betty goes to jail, that I will talk about. You definitely let me know if and when. I'm sure, forget if, when that happens, hit me up and then
I feel the same way.
And it'll take all of 7 minutes to get caught up with the last months of insanity, because that's pretty much all it takes, because nothing ever changes. It's just like the hamster on the wheel, just around and around and around.
Okay, I'm gonna get out.
All right. Yep, I got a little dog that wants to go out, so I'll text you.
The realtors called me 3 times.
Oh well, go deal with that. This is.
I don't want to. I don't.
No, you probably need to. And I'll talk to you during today, Thursday.
Yeah, next week's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, after Thanksgiving. I'll talk to you after Thanksgiving.
That sounds good.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
You too, and everybody else have a good Thanksgiving.
All right.
I'll see you.
Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye. All right, kids. Well, that was fun. Oh my gosh. Well, Bob has been in here. That was the 3rd time. He's like, 3 strikes, you're out. You bitch, you're going to get your mop out if you don't get up and take me out. So I'm going to bid you adieu. And you never know, I may come in here. I've got some really good X posts that I've got in my little file folder. I want to laugh at some exceedingly fucking absurd people. I loved seeing Sonny Hostin have to do a mea culpa the other day. Oh, now Matt Gaetz is out of the running, so that takes away that entertainment. But I have a whole bunch of really funny clips from X that I want to go over. So I'm busy tomorrow. I think, Saturday. I've got something to do tomorrow and Saturday. That's out. So quite possibly Sunday or sometime next week. It'll be early in the week. If for some reason I do not see you, I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. I hope you get to spend it with whoever is important to you in your life. All right, pussycats, have a good one, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Father, you should know I've been going solo. Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time it's real, real, real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. I want. Hear me now. I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out. Whenever you see me, don't be wasting my time. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh,
Good morning. What's new, pussycat?